Hello everyone, this will be a quick guide on how to grind Tungrad Ruins. This spot requires roughly 1400 AP and is currently the best spot in the game for mid-game players. And it's also, personally, the most fun spot in the game and most active, with basically no AFK time during our grind. A really nice breath of fresh air considering the amount of AFK spots we have currently. These were the crystals I was running. You can go with the full PvE damage setup. However, if you're past the cap, I recommend you run 1 or 2 BSR dons to avoid Black Spirit Rich spillage. As for Lightstone set and consumables, this spot is demi-human type. Therefore, if you don't meet the caps, you want to run a demi-human Lightstone set. If you do meet the caps, as always, you're going with Vicious Shadow or Deathblow. On the screen, you can see a map of some of the best rotations that people usually grind. Now, moving on to the mechanics of the spot. Each pack will consist of 8 mobs. You'll notice one of them will have a green title above its name. That's the Visionary. If you try to damage the pack without damaging the Visionary, you'll notice that it doesn't take any damage. To be able to kill the packs, you need first to hit the Visionary for 10% of his HP. When you do, he'll fall into the ground, and you'll see a green aura burst shoot out from it. This will debuff all the mobs around the Visionary, making them finally take damage. Additionally, when you kill the Visionary, any mob below 20% HP gets automatically executed. So, to grind this spot, you'll engage into a pack. You'll first focus the Visionary, trying to kill it as fast as possible. You then try to finish up any mobs that are close to 20% HP with a couple AoE skills. If 1 or 2 mobs survive, I recommend you just move on to the next pack. To grind this spot more efficiently, I recommend you find 1 or 2 skills that can get the Visionary under the 90% HP threshold without wasting any of your big AoE burst skills, as you really don't want to waste them before the mobs are debuffed. Finally, you'll notice sometimes there will be an event, accompanied by the message, "Summoned by the Visionary's invocation, Puturek makes his descent." This event takes roughly 10 to 15 seconds to trigger. You shouldn't stay for the event. You should move on to the next pack. Then, when you pass by the same pack in the next rotation, the event will be triggered, and you'll be able to kill both the pack and the event mobs at the same time. Supposedly, the event mobs have a slightly higher drop rate on Essences of Devour, but I honestly don't recommend that you stay and finish the event. I would just kill 1 or 2 waves after triggering it and keep grinding normally. So, as for results, currently this spot is one of the best in the mid game and has really high potential depending on the prices of Essences of Devouring. You're looking at about 30,000 agris spent in an hour for roughly 2 bill in trash loot. Some classes will only be able to pull like 60k trash here, while others will go all the way up to 75k. If you consider the RNG drops, you can very consistently do 3 bill an hour on this spot, with luckier hours going all the way to 4 or even 5 bill sometimes. But it really depends, at the end of the day, on the prices of Essences of Devouring. And that's it for the guide. I hope you guys enjoy Tungrad Ruins, as it's honestly one of the most fun spots in the game.